Are we? Are we public? I don't even. Actually, we are. We are public. Like it says, last public live stream on all of the channels. I mean, there's going to be some one-offs for sure, but mostly I'm going to be doing my videos unlisted, making them public at the end so people can watch them. And God, remember to do that labor at the end before I stop the stream, or it will never happen. It needs to happen in StreamYard and not in YouTube. This channel will be hopefully live streaming 24/7. The signs and symbols and other playlists from the Jubilee Sees Lies channel, which is now retired. Won't be using this one anymore. So many playlists. So many playlists. Some of them have one thing, top videos for the 2023 Alley debacle, and there's one. Yeah, no. I think that was the one where I put, no, I don't think so. I was going to say where I asked everyone to help curate, but unless they're via enemies of Jubilee's friends in real life. Anyway, we're going with signs from the creator. And there are 4 videos. I have yet to actually make the Matrix one. Like I'm wearing the same outfit. Well, same overshirt anyway. November 23rd, 2025. The day before I get one of the strikes. A year to the day after. Fun. It's a thing that now is registered on 24th. November 24th is. Anyway, I'm not speaking. That's the whole fucking point. I'm literally decaying and need help. And know how to save the whole world and have these weird ass signs and symbols pointing the right person towards me so that we can get me fed, my house clean, basic executive fucking functioning done. Well, I'm clearly swearing because it's best for my nervous system, offloaded onto my audience. Previous me swears less. So this is not very previous. She might swear. She might absolutely be swearing. And notice this is 999 videos, which means now that we're live, theoretically, it should be 1,000. But it's not. So we didn't get to see that live. But who knows, maybe by the end it will register. I am going to share the Mean Girls trailer and then read off the Mean Girl signs and symbols. And I'm going to do a video like this for each of the big, huge categories of signs and symbols, whether I do it publicly or unlisted. Well, as I feel called in the moment.
We have a new student with us. She just moved here from Africa.
Welcome. I'm from Michigan.
Great. I'm 16. Until today, I was homeschooled. And then it was goodbye, Africa. And hello, high school.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm Janice. This is Damien.
Watch out, new meat coming through.
This map shows the school's central nervous system, the cafeteria.
You got your cool Asians, burnouts, jocks, the greatest people you will ever meet, and the worst.
So you've never been to a real school before?
Shut up. Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
Plastics. Who are the plastics?
They're teen royalty.
That's Karen Smith.
She is one of the dumbest girls you will ever meet.
I'm kind of psychic. Really? It's like I have ESPN or something.
Gretchen Wieners.
She has 2 Fendi purses and a silver Lexus.
And evil takes a human form in Regina George. She knows everything about everyone.
That's why her hair is so big. It's full of secrets.
We want to invite you to have lunch with us. Regina seems sweet.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
Your house is really nice.
I know, right?
Being with the plastics was like leaving the actual world and entering girl world. Have you seen any guys that you think are cute yet? There's this guy in my calculus class. His name's Aaron Samuels. No. That's Regina's ex-boyfriend. Ex-boyfriends are off limits. I mean, that's just like the rules of feminism.
Gretchen told me that you like Aaron Samuels. I could talk to him for you if you want.
Really? You would do that?
You're so hot. Why would she do that? She's a life ruiner.
I knew how this would be settled in the animal world. But this was girl world. All the fighting had to be sneaky.
I want to lose 3 pounds.
They're these nutrition bars my mom uses to lose weight. It won't close.
It's a 5. You could try Sears.
Why are you eating a Caltine bar?
What?
It makes you gain weight like crazy.
Who does she think she is? I like invented her.
I'm sorry I laughed at you.
I'm sorry I called you fat.
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me. But I can't help it that I'm popular.
Walk it off. Walk it off.
You know who's looking fine tonight? Seth Mosikowski. He's your cousin. What? He's a good kisser.
Forgot about the cousin part. All right. That was the 2004 trailer that was uploaded, whatever date that was uploaded. We have your Have we paused? Are we going to unpause the pause to the unpause? Okay, we're good. We can get out of that completely. Okay. So, Faye Dixon, a person on TikTok, posted a clip of Mean Girls with Allie Priestley as Regina George, specifically the bleacher scene where she feels she shouldn't be there, even though she's the reason everyone is there. And all the teachers and all the students and the janitor and her pet goldfish all put up their hand and say, yeah, I was indeed a victim of Regina George. Mean Girls that's supposed to have Katie Heron, Lindsay Lohan is the main lead. That's why all of the advertising is about Lindsay Lohan. And then it turns out, nope, Regina George stole the show and she is the main character. She becomes, both because the name of the movie is Mean Girls. If it had a different name, it probably wouldn't have been the cultural reference it is. And without Rachel McAdams having been that Regina George. When Faye Dixon put up that TikTok, it clicked something in me that was all of the late 90s, high school, burn books, three-way calls, exactly what Mean Girls shows. And most people haven't experienced because that's right. Last live. Looking at all of my old computers to find which one I can stream 24/7 on. Found one. I do believe it's one of the ones, like I said, that I believe the battery. I can't unplug it ever. But yay. Well, there was something else I was gonna say, but don't remember. So look, it's 444. Oh, it's gonna be fun. The teenagers since then have grown up in a more technologically advanced, more Mean Girl, less Mean Girl era. Allie, Regina, me, Tina Fey. Don't know why I put those down, but sure. Tirza, my real life sister, is in sibling chat, reminds me that she is neighbors with Rachel McAdams. I've already had our real life cousin comment on a video where I am talking about Tirza meeting Ryan Gosling before he was famous, where he hit on her at the Roxy and then she showed up on set the next day on Breaker High and didn't know that he was an actor. I was reminded this week that Ryan Gosling did not come about because of The Notebook or because of Breaker High. He was, in fact, on the Mickey Mouse Club before that with Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. But I didn't know that. My sister didn't know that. I put out that TikTok on June 10th. Sibling chat, find out my sister is neighbors with Rachel McAdams, which to me is weird, especially since she already met Ryan Gosling. And to me, those two are intertwined, big part because of The Notebook. And it like the only other two people I don't know if I actually met, I think I do mention it, the Mean Girls versus Lucky Girls. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, and Leonardo DiCaprio and the other person, Claire Danes, because they were the movies that were out around when I was 17. that Leo went on to only date young women, like young women, still to this day, whereas Keanu Reeves grew the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, foreshadowing. I don't know. I'm just going to read these up because I went over them so many times. 2004 movies. The blonde girl we just saw, Rachel McAdams, starred in 2 different 2004 movies. She was Regina George in Mean Girls, and she was Allie in The Notebook, where she met Noah. I feel like I need one more video besides the Matrix one, which is clearly not coming before I am able to live stream 24/7. Or need to live stream 24/7 is more accurate. What was I talking about? This. Me now definitely can't Matrix and do those ones. She's not doing a very fucking good job of holding the audience's attention and explaining the signs and symbols, and they get more and more complex and amazing, and language worse, stress worse, village needed, which is why 24/7, right? This won't bring in the people who are looking for regular YouTube content. This will bring in the people who are looking to possibly make regular YouTube content for a bigger, better purpose. But it needs to bring in the person who can actually see and hear me. Whatever else happens, everyone else joining up and forming their own study groups and how to support Jubilee, tear down Jubilee, don't care. I need actual in real world humans. I need actual on my YouTube channels live when I'm live humans, and I haven't been getting that. It has been fucking draining. So I am not doing that anymore. I will, like I said, be unlisted myself doing the signs and symbols because they will keep coming. And I will be doing what I want to do. But more and more will be unlisted and made public at the end because everyone misunderstands what the fuck all my YouTube channels are, right? What the fuck I'm doing. So more fucks as less fucks are given. I have the key to all of humanity's problems as humanity's ramping up its fucking problems. And so are mine in my individual life, and probably so are yours in your individual life. Food, clothing, shelter. That's what we need. Cross the species. World peace, not delusional war. And the creator and our ancestors, or whoever, the giant mystery is coming through. There's a giant mystery. We should probably be solving that instead of murdering one another over land that's finite and our mother. Okay, we're just going to play. Ryan Gosling at a fair on June 6th, which is my sister Tears' birthday. May 18th is Tina Fey's birthday. I don't know when I came to know that, but everything that happened on May 18th, my journal that showcases a Jared never called me. Devin calling me in Germany on May 18th, and I'm just going to make this big and completely ignore the comments. When I was in Germany, Devin called me on May 18th, right before I was coming home, to tell me that I'm going to marry her brother, who I had only just met that last fall when he was back home from hockey on November 6th. Then met Ryan number 2, was dating Ryan number 2. When I went to Germany, she calls me up and decides she wants to marry his teammate. So therefore I'm marrying him, which gives me permission. Just like we saw, you can't date an ex, you can't date a brother. But when your friend calls you up and tells you you're going to marry him, that doesn't give you permission to date a brother. You know what I mean? You got to date to marry, right? Then a year to the day later, I do not know it's Tina Fey's birthday, but I did write May 18th. Irony. Devin gives me an ultimatum that if I date her brother after I waited for him to get back home from hockey, playing at Jubilee Arena, me and her will not be friends. And I'm enough of this small town bullshit. I'm moving to Vancouver where my sister and dad live, and I'm not dealing with Devin and Jared and the heartbreak of all of that. in the 2023 drama, Allie made a video. It's still up. We're not doing videos, Julie. So I'm like, let's go watch. No. May 18th, she puts up a video. Actually, okay, we're gonna go do that. And then I'll have something to put up. Yay. In between the talking points that are definitely we're gonna stay on track. Allie Priestley. And I did not spell that right at all. All right. Share screen. She also went live a year to the day later when I was in the psych ward that she put me in with lies. She had a bunch of lives. She had a live tab here until she didn't. One of those lives was on May 18th when I was in the psych ward. This is her last public one that is up, right? Oldest, latest. This is the last one that is up.
The proof.
And is indeed on May 18th, 2023. Tina, that was the role I was trying to do, was Tina Fey. Let's just press play while I look at my list just to see where we are. Where's Allie?
Proof to back everything up that I say. Every single thing, down to text messages and phone calls between these people. This isn't just, oh, I have internet comments and things like that. No. I have the texts that prove that all of you worked together, and most of you just admit it online anyway.
There was a podcast that was released on April 26th, about a month before, less than a month before, and well, Allie has a 2-year tan. You know, Allie is a lore in and of herself. We'll get to her in how she connects. Our families connect together, but not yet. The other, Rachel McAdams, his birthday is November 17th, that I spent 9/11 with somebody who has that birthday, and Sydney, Australia, Bondi Beach, all of which just becomes more and more relevant. I would just like to point out fucking time and how this is before December 14th of 2025, when that same day in America, Nick kills Rob and Michelle Reiner, his parents, and a different father-son Bondi Beach massacre. I'm going to rewind what she just said. This is before the Bondi fucking Beach massacre and Nick Reiner, who shares my brother and the new Pope's birthday. "9/11 with somebody who has that birthday, and Sydney, Australia, Bondi Beach, all of which just becomes more and more relevant, is like Pam Bondi, you know, like as we go on, more signs and symbols they're going to stack upon. And I don't mean in this video, I mean like today, tomorrow, in 2025, they stack on top of each other. That you all can ignore it is psychosis, is delusion, is weird. So I'm doing a video for each of these, and that is the next thing to do. November 17th is Rachel McAdams' birthday. It is his name's Will, his first name, somebody I volunteered in Costa Rica with and then was visiting when 9/11 happened in 2001. Danny DeVito's birthday is also November 17th. He's one of he's only 3 people mentioned in Mean Girls. One of them also shares Rachel McAdams' birthday. I know there's a bunch of other things that came up November 17th, but one of the other big ones is Elizabeth Hand, who we covered yesterday. The little girl who was a hostage in Gaza, released on the first release, and her dad, not knowing she was taken hostage, thinking she was dead, celebrated her death. Like joyfully, and then just a weird all-round father and man. Emily Hand's father, who I believe, because of how the hostage situation worked, she spent that birthday in Gaza, and they were released right after. That's my memory of it. Whatever the date is, the hostages were released would say whether it was before or after November 17th. Rachel McAdams, who is a human being, right, who starred in many movies, my sister's in real life neighbor at the time when this all started, in Georgia, the state. She's in 2004 movies. Mean Girls, of course, as Regina George. And if she hadn't also been in The Notebook at the same time, I don't know if she would be the Rachel McAdams she is. Would she have been typecast? Like, I don't know. Did she make the character? Did the character make her? It's kind of hard to tell. But then she also plays Allie, right? Allie in The Notebook, where they meet on my sister's birthday. And you know what I mean? A Jessica is talking about also liking Ryan Gosling on whatever day she did that in January 2023, my cousin Jessica. And she has co-opted the death of a Jessica who died at the beginning of 2023. There is also a Jessica in Mean Girls who is in a wheelchair. She's rolling down the hallway when they all have their nipples cut out, because it's one of the things they do to Regina George, and then everyone mimics it. That's the scene my daughter was like, "What's a lucky girl?" I was like, "I'll tell you later. It's written on the whiteboard and other places." She's like, "No, the movie, like we're watching What's a Lucky Girl?" And I don't even know how she read it. That's a weird one. Then it says Lucky Girls in Mean Girls, and it's a Jessica. Rachel McAdams is also in a movie called Disobedience with two Rachels about Orthodox Jewish lesbian cousin love. Watch the movie, you'll get it. Anyway, both of the two Rachels. Neither of them play a Rachel in that. Rachel is Jacob's favorite wife. Jacob, who goes on to become Israel. Rachel McAdams, the human being, also stars in Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which came out the exact same day that I released Mean Girls versus Lucky Girls, Signs from the Creators on, which was just a weird random coincidence at the time. A fuck you type coincidence. As of October 7th, Ryan number 3's birthday, who, after we dated, went on to become an IDF soldier and a rabbi, and many of the symbols that clicked into place on October 7th. So, that also has the June 28th woman from, I want to say Silence the Lambs. That's not right, Jubilee. Misery, from Misery. That's the right movie. Tina Fey is the person who created Mean Girls. Not the author who wrote a book on how to deal with mean girls in high school, the person who wrote that into a script, right, and made it into a movie. It can never really be recreated, and the fact it was called Mean Girls again is a big, huge part of it. Similarly to Matrix, if they had been the exact same stories by other names, we would not have them as the cultural references that they are. But Tina Fey's best friend is Amy Poehler. I looked it up because I was like, wait, are they actually best friends or like fake best friends? They are. It's according to AI Google, they're best friends. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Tina Fey, I just keep saying their name 50,000 times, and Amy Poehler are both in Mean Girls. Both of them, actually, I think. Actually, I'm not 100% sure Amy Poehler is in the 2024 one, but I'm like, I gotta put it somewhere. The Out, Inside Out is one of the, in fact, I think it's the Barry Maguire album that The Eve of Destruction is on. And it's called Inside Fucking Out. 95% certain. The principal, her, and those two are in both of them. At some point, we might look up the cast of both Mean Girls since we're here, and that's this this YouTube video. They're not both in Inside Out, Jubilee. Amy Poehler is in Inside Out, and so is a different person. It's my brother's birthday timestamp, and I'm talking about my mother and dad's timestamps. There is a scene, a viral TikTok, I don't remember what it is, of with Bing Bong and Amy Poehler's character, and after it gone viral. So anyway, I was like, hey, that's my mom and dad having that conversation. My mom's birthday, my dad's birthday. Because Bing Bong, the actor, has my mom's birthday, and Amy Poehler has my dad's birthday. They star in Sisters. It comes out on December 18th. Autumn, her sister's birthday, and the Pope that dies this year's birthday. I get December 17th and 18th confused all the time. And I love that the Graham and her son are those two dates, and I don't know which is which. But that they're 17th and 18th. That's referencing in 2025. They're Tina Fey and Amy Poehler weekend update. All right, I'm going to well, this is what we will be doing. It's a live streaming. I won't be here though, is the point. Like, I won't be behind here listening to it at the same time. It'll just be playing in the background, looking for the audience, looking for people who want to come have actual video chats about the signs and symbols, which means people who are actually curious, right? Who are like, right, they don't need to know them. Dear, I don't know them, right? But they're crazy. They're weird. Anyone who can look at any of them, any singular one, like Jane Goodall or the Ryans, and be like, yeah, that's just a coincidence, right? But all of them, you're in delusion. Like, I cannot express how much our entire medical system, who's in charge, like all of it is ridiculously crazy. Don't have another word. And I'm going crazy day by day in solitary confinement, all by my fucking self, screaming for a village. And crickets. So we just have to imagine God wants us to move on without a singular other human. And what I am capable of is, if I have a secondary gadget, live streaming on one of the channels and doing unlisted videos until you all beg me to come back and have video chats. When you all actually want to have video chats so we can create world fucking peace. And I don't feel like I'm pulling teeth to have a singular human being come have a chat. You know what I mean? Anything else is just going to piss me off, because it's going to be like, right, a social media audience acting like a social media audience, i.e. not hearing what is happening with me as an individual and not helping. And that just makes me irate and angry because I'm so isolated. And dear God, the medical system, literally no one can understand or hear it, as I've been explaining it the entire fucking time. Every time I ask an individual for help, goes fucking awry. If I ask the internet, weird shit happens, but it doesn't go awry. So I'm where I'm meant to be until the person who's meant to join me joins me, or they never do, and I just keep fucking yelling at you all on my way to doing whatever it is I'm next to do. I sure am wearing myself out little. I was gonna say angry chihuahua. That was not her name. It was a Maltese. Can't even remember her name. Misha was her name. Sibling trauma, dogs, looking after my sister's dog for her. Before flying to LA with that little demon. And then my sister literally had her for, I think, 2 or 3 months, and then gave her away. And then adopted her little chihuahua who bit my baby. Actually, whatever. Not more right now. We're going to just make this. It's already public. I don't need to make it public. I will see you on this channel, hopefully live streaming 24/7 without me. And go invite a friend, bring a friend. Is it fucking weird? Yes, acknowledge that it's weird. All kinds of fucking weird. We're having a revolution creating world peace. What did you think it was going to look like? What did I think it was going to look like? Creator has their own, and that's who we're following. Whatever comes out of my mouth, that's who we're following in the long run. There's no other option. I suggest getting on board with the creator's plan, which I'm hoping is finding me a village, because that's literally step fucking one of any of it. It's like a human being seeing and hearing what I can and can't do, and then doing the part I can't do so we can do so fucking much, i.e. create world peace, the zero state solution, all of the ideas, all the things that so many people have tried to create, but crickets, because, well, the world and drama, and we got it all. for the right person to wake the fuck up and see, and then unleash me, and then, you know what I mean? Less fucks, more social media content. It's like, yeah, better. Like I've been saying all along. Basically, what I've been saying all along. When someone actually believes me, not the prophecy shit, because I don't prophesize, even when I'm pattern seeking the future. Been shown, yeah, that's ridiculous things humans do. We literally create prophecies and then literally create them. We're like, oh, we just need a red cow slaughtered on this altar that we're not supposed to be having animal sacrifices on. So the second coming of what? Delusional fuckery all over the world. And just speaking truth. Literally just speaking truth. A youth revolution that speaks truth. Sets it all right. Are the men and people in power going to tantrum? Absolutely. They already are. I already am. Someone joins me in my tantrum, calms me the fuck down, gets me a nap and a binky, right? Then we gotta co-create. We gotta co-create. But if someone's waiting for you to calm the fuck down before joining, right? They're not the person. Deeply, deeply not the person. Whoever they are is gonna need to meet me where I'm at, which is on the trajectory that I keep explaining, and people keep like making plans 6 months in the future of like, well, fuck off. All right. Yeah, no, this is the energy. This is the energy until someone joins me in this energy and we create, probably from love and compassion, because that's much more appealing. But we got what we got. And we got my level of communication, my level of fucks, and complete abandonment by society, all friends and family. And they're like, we haven't? What the yes, you have. Yes, you have. How do we know that? Because there's literally no one. No one. Me and my kid, isolated, alone, since the beginning of the pandemic. When we didn't have a bubble, and everyone's fucking delusional. Oh, that hasn't corrected itself magically with me putting in zero fucking effort and just fucking, yeah, no. I've put in a ton of effort. A ton of effort. Wherever you think I haven't, yes, the fuck I have. While doing it joyfully and effortlessly. A fuck ton of effort. Into my health, into my kids' health, into my education, into my kids' education, into building community, into holding my useless as fuck family together, and trying to find one and build one. Trying to save the world while raising a child and dealing with health issues that doctors are literal poison for. That's why you just go to a doctor if you're dying. Because they're the murderers. Like, your life experiences that they help you. That's great. I love that for you. I needed an entire new healthcare system. And I have brain tumors that are going to need to be taken out of my head at some point in time. And I'm probably going to need to do that in the regular healthcare system where like I have zero fucking trust in the people who have zero ability to listen. And that I've been through brain surgery twice and it'll be a new person probably. And them and the staff won't fucking listen. And then when I'm saying that, it makes them listen less, not more, right? It's like, well, if you placate for our emotions, I fucking can't, Nursey. I fucking can't. You've already murdered me so many times, you and your ilk. And it's like, what are you saying? What do you think I'm saying, right? Do you think I'm actually delusional and think someone came in and stabbed me a few times? No. Metaphorically, though, yeah, the fuck, so put down the knife and stop. Then our entire medical field can't get a fucking analogy. Should terrify everyone. They should be taking English. The English major should probably take a fucking science course, and humanity should grow up. I'm getting into. Are we only on for 34 minutes? How did that even happen? I'm already bored of watching me on the signs and symbols. I'm like, yeah, no, I know them off by heart. I'm like, this isn't good enough. And yeah, weird as fuck. If you can sit with a fraction of the Mean Girl, the Matrix, all of it. 10 things I hate about you. That's not one of the big ones, but like then it came out as Kyle Cease and Heath Ledger and came out the same day as the Matrix. All of it will eventually be fucking scripture. Real truthful scripture. It's like, right, you make it make sense. You make Jingle make sense. You do that. Why do we have the ridiculous laws and bullshit we have if the universe, our actual reality, works in a completely different way than how we fake as fuck imagine it? Fake as fuck pretend science it. Fake as fuck pretend politics and religion it. Instead of actual, what are our nervous systems? Who are we? How are babies made and not made? What is sex? What isn't sex? All of it. All of it actually growing the fuck up and dealing with that. And not leaving it to future generations of children to fix it, but absolutely harnessing our youth, like human youth, that every single cult and propaganda has done. Hitler Youth, the IDF, you know what I mean? Just like again and again in genocide. To allow the voluntary fuck the system of youth that we inevitably grow out of and start becoming the system, to actually deal with not an us versus them. What is it in our teenage youthness that can unleash all of us? And it's already unleashing all of us. They're already waking up. They're also dying at ridiculous rates, because waking up to this ridiculous fucking reality of a planet is to no longer want to be on it when you don't have hope that there's a better trajectory that isn't catapulting us and everything we love and hold dear off a fucking cliff. Yeah, called capitalism. Oh, what are we gonna do, Jubilee? We've always capitalisted off a cliff. What are you gonna do? Honor gravity. You're gonna fall to the fucking ground. There's only so many resources on our planet. And so when people want to come and join me in my reality, in actual reality, i.e. my physical self, creating a new medical system, because that's what I need. You don't need to need that. You don't need to want to create that. That is one piece, one possibility, one person who could come forward and help create that. Not someone who needs to be the doctor in your life. No, you missed the whole fucking point, right? Hey, I am a doctor. I know that, and I know fuck else all. That's the, you know what I mean? And we need a new system. And you're the Jubilee, and like I can see there's something weird going on, and I want to be a part of it. Yeah. I need it all to make sense before I take one little fucking baby step. Absolutely not, right? I mean, you do you, but like those aren't the people, right? The getting the Jubilee is, yeah, like getting the chaos. Not the individual, but like the thing that's happening, the event that everyone's participating in and playing a part of and has no fucking clue. Bondi Beach Massacre, right? I wasn't sitting here orchestrating that. The creator was, the ancestor was, this is the entire, I might copyright strike myself, but that's right. Let's find it. Gloria.
Oh yeah, especially not one who also.
Oh. It's a spike. I'm gonna have to open up a new tab and watch. This is my experience with both somehow my disability of like, right, I'm deaf in one ear. I have energy issues, a brain that creates tumors when it's stressed. I can't deal, like all of it. It's like the inability for any medical profession to fucking hold any of that is ridiculous. Like literally to not remember that I'm deaf in one ear, to not remember I had brain tumors, and then like, you're otherwise healthy, right? Is like, what? And then the regular population just like, well, if you were unhealthy, you'd go to doctors and they would help you. And then that would, no, that's literally no one's experience with chronic illness. That's your experience with like an earache or the fucking flu that you were going to cure, your body was going to cure you from anyway. And there have been tons of medical advancements, but to think that we know 99% and we just got like this little sliver left to learn, as opposed to the exact fucking opposite. Humans know like one tiny little sliver and don't know the rest about our bodies, about the ecosystem, about any of it, and the fucking ego in doctors. And then the signs and symbols of like the ridiculousness of the coincidences surrounding me, my family, my birth, my lineage, all of that. And like the amount the experts are scared and run away, like psychiatry and like, no, I didn't just hear what I heard. What did you say? Like the complete inability to even know they're doing that. Like, this is how I see the world now. I need someone who can hold it for like 5 fucking seconds. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I am just slapping people upside the head like Spike does to Xander in this. Like, this is just like, just signs and symbols. It's like, and I think he's an idiot for slapping Xander. It's like he has no control over it. They can't control that they can't remember. The Ben turns into Gloria, and Gloria turns into Ben. It's literally the curse. It's like, no, I get it. It's here to break the fuck open on reality. It's not gentle or kind breaking open reality. But our reality, the actual one we all exist in, isn't gentle or fucking kind. It's homicidal, psychopathic. So dealing with reality gets us to the actual better, beautiful world. Fake as fuck white supremacy, let's all dress up for a tea party and our fucking genocide off a cliff. That's the one we're not playing. All right, let's see if we can play this.
Also happens to be Glory.
What do you mean?
You know, Ben is Glory.
You mean Ben's with Glory?
With, in what sense?
They're working together?
No. Ben is Glory. Glory's Ben. They're one and the same.
Well, when did all this happen?
Not 1 hour ago. Right here, before your very eyes. Ben came, turned into Glory, snatched the kid, and vanished, remember? You do remember. Is everyone here very stoned? Ben, Glory. He's a doctor, she's the...
Yeah, I think it is gonna let me play it. It's literally like we got like Jane Goodall, Mean Girls, Matrix, and like everything that goes into that statement. Those 3 statements. They're each a 5-hour documentary on just that. And it's like, Jubilee, you're crazy that there's too many to fucking ignore, that nobody can understand that. Oh, it's 5:18 right now. Is what's making me crazy. It's like, right, where's literally anyone for me to talk to? In the system, outside of the system, God's all I got? Okay, cool, I'll talk to God. And then that makes me crazy? Okay, what a weird species we are.
Beast. 2 entirely separate entities sharing one body. It's like a bloody sitcom. Surely you remember.
So you're saying Ben and Glory
Have a connection.
Yes, obviously, but what kind?
Oh, I get it. It's very crafty. Glory's work the kind of mojo where anyone who sees a little presto changeo instantly forgets. And yours truly, being somewhat other than human, stands immune.
So, Ben and Glory?
There's a Bible passage talking about how like the meek shall inherit the earth, and basically everything flips on its head. Yeah, no, absolutely, because the people, our medical experts in charge of our mental health, deem of as crazy, can see more accurate truth than the sane people in white coats who aren't fucking sane because they can't actually distinguish reality, i.e. the person in front of them, and whether what they're seeing is reality, right? Like, imagine any movie you're in and them going to their friend, their mother, anyone, and then putting them in a psych ward. Movie over. That is our actual world. No one like looks into, wait a minute, you have like literal video footage of aliens that break my brain. So nope, you're in a psych ward. Like, it's like, right, no, reality. What is the data? What is the information? What is right the fuck now? Where have we been? What have we been doing? Right? We're gonna have conversations. There's like so much we can do in the now, in reality, that's not proselytizing, isn't living in the future, in the fake as fuck future, but we can envision an actual better future and live into it.
Are the same person?
Glory can turn into Ben, and Ben turns back into Glory.
And anyone who sees it instantly forgets.
And a Cupid doll for the lady.
Excellent. Now, do we suspect that there may be some kind of connection between Ben and Glory?
Off we go then. Meet back at the shop. Found Ben's room at Glory's. Didn't learn much.
Wait. Ben? At Glory's? You're saying all this time he's been subletting from her?
This is gonna be worth it. Last time, from the top. I was once a badass vampire.
I just watched it has to be a series, although AI told me there's only 2 episodes. It's like, right, but in a week is there going to be a third one? What the fuck is AI for? You can't Star Trek, what is it called? Star Trek Starfleet, which I'm not quite, I watch Star Trek, but like there's a lot of expand the universe is hundreds and hundreds of years, right? Part of what happens in the series is them talking about going from being a spacefaring species that was going out and meeting new people to some of those people are dangerous and we need to have, so like basically from peace and out there in the world now that we've learned to get along to, oh god, people aren't all peacefaring, we need to be a war-driven species that's working together with other war-driven species. And the beta zoids, who Diane is one, the like psychiatrist, literally the only psychiatrist. The doctor is so fucking useless. Literally at the beginning when all the cadets come in, he's like scanning people and being like, what? You got all these gross parasites, and then just giving them an injection into their neck, and then they're all better. Literally a 4-year-old could do that. Your iPad and your little vat did it, right? Not anything else. Why are there doctors? There could be a role, but like in the future, it would be whatever. It would be different. It would, the way they deal with disability. But it being this delegate, it's the youth of the Betazoids who get them to open their wall after basically there was other mean species that were going to genocide them, and Starfleet was dealing with their own shit and let it happen. So they've been cut off for over 100 years since, and Starfleet hasn't been there for 100 years. Like, this is the new Starfleet. It starts with literally her, the main character, separating. This is Signs and Symbols. We're going to go do this on this channel, actually, but on this channel, I don't know which channel we're using for what. This channel is possibly 24/7. Until then, it's Signs and Symbols. Maybe both. Maybe I just stop the 24 when I do something. No, that's not good. Anyway, youth-led revolution, Star Trek, without the army hierarchy, with actual autonomy and choice, and not the fucking bravado bad guy either. Like, not all of Hollywood, all of it, all of our stories we tell. Great stories. I love movies and TV shows and books when I was able to read them. We've told on ourselves, we've told on who we are as a species and who we're not. Who we are during every aspect of life. Who we are outside of time. Who teenagers are outside of time. No matter what technology is. What children are. What men and women are. And what they could be is also told. But like the fact that so many professions are literally living into a Hollywood version and not dealing with the fake as fuck rate. Like, right? No. You being a horrible nurse because you had a bad day can ruin that patient's relationship with all medical professions forever. Literally because you can disable them or kill them. And none of it's ever acknowledged, right? Even if you go online and complain about that, either they want to pitchforks and go find the person. How effective is that? Or no, they didn't. No, you're wrong. It didn't happen. As opposed to like fixing it. Actually fixing it, which means acknowledging the chicken and egg brokenness of it all. You're going to tear it all down? No, I never said tear it all down. I probably constantly said that, actually. But like, no, not day 2, right? I keep asking everyone else, what are you going to do day 2 of a fucking revolution? You tore it all down. You're in the government seat now. What are you going to do? Murder all my opponents. Yeah, no, that is day 2 for most people. That's why we don't do that. actual peaceful revolution is creating what we need without permission from the fucknuts in charge, acknowledging that there's fucknuts in charge. So don't go through the fucknut system, right? Vote for new fucknuts is like, no. Buy a better fucknut. Nope. Create a new one and you'll be the profit-driven. Great. Go join the fucknuts. I'm looking to create a new fucknutless society, which we're all got a little bit of it in us, right? So it's a constant looking at it and being like, where am I being an asshole? Where am I, not letting the Carlos Dillards and the Allie Priestleys and the Coco Briscoes of the world to get to just run a fucking, I'm scared, I get to murder people. What? You saw I had a feeling, now I get to preemptively, no, Carlos, you don't get to murder people. No, Coco, you don't get to declare war on me and my child and go to a fucking gun range and then be like, I want to change my content. No dating boys. Yeah, no, that's probably a good idea. I take a break, heal, get some. I need a break from capitalism. The only way for me to get that, because I already have it. Like, I already have the break from capitalism in my memory, in my hope. You know what I mean? Like, I can envision it. I'm already there. But I need someone to actually join me in the real reality for like cook and clean and my brain to stop declining. So we can actually create all of it. Not on the holodeck, in actual reality. Not waiting for the lie of heaven and hell. Actual reality we want to live with. And I do believe that involves us unleashing the youth of our species, i.e. having somewhere youth can go to be full autonomous selves together, working on projects that are meaningful. They can go with their parents' blessing, and those ones can be adult-led, and they can go without their parents' blessing, and those ones can be teen-led, legally, in the beginning. And, yeah, leaving our young people to the Predator Epstein Trumps of the world, and the Dr. Dobsons and all of the ways we fuck children up is the broken part. My parents spanked me, and look at me, I'm a fine, upstanding people who like to go out and beat up children. That's great for you. I love that for you. Actual people who are seen and heard can't be controlled. They know what it is to be seen and heard. And they're not putting up with anything else. I cannot express how much all we have to do is raise a tiny few untraumatized children and don't put the trauma of saving the world on them. The enjoyment of getting to save the world for themselves. Like right now, getting to participate in that. What are ways you want to participate in that? Well, I wouldn't want to clean up toxic sludge. No, we won't be cleaning up toxic sludge, right? We'll be finding ways for it to get done because healing our planet that we've co-fucked up is part of our co-healing. What part of that you play is up to you. No part of it, and you want to just critique everyone and do nothing and get everything, that spot is taken by men for tens of thousands of years. And, yeah, by slavery. And we're undoing slavery. Everyone gets to cook and clean. Not enslaving one gender to do it. Not enslaving other people to do it. Actually dealing with what we need and creating it and working within a system that helps create it and helps maintain our planet and resources and not murdering each other over finite resources. Like truly honoring how fucking psychotic that is. There's only so much metal, only so much of everything on this planet, and we're using it instead of to build universities and medical devices to keep our loved ones alive. We're using it to slaughter people and make new enemies. Oh, that was one of the things that happened, is they blew up the enemy ship and the guy was on their ship being like, no, and then he escapes in a pod, and it's like, do you not, like, you, victory for the fleet. You just created, you're telling me there's not a single woman or child on board, right? Or like child or woman who's not, you know what I mean? Who's like, there's no singular spouse who has nothing to do with it on board. Right? No child who's along, right? Just murder the entire ship. Just blow up the entire ship. Everyone's dead. The amount that happens in what's supposed to be, this one's not peaceful, but like even the peaceful ones of like the Starfleet gets fired on constantly. Phasers on. They get barely any damage. Never a casualty. God, so the beginning of it, a mother and son, I think she ends up participating unwittingly in some terrorist plot to get food. And it is a Starfleet officer, someone dies. And so she's sent to a reform place where she studies physics all day, which is like, she's fed and studied. What? Don't think they know what slavery is. Meanwhile, her son, who's 5 and basically going to be put in Star Trek foster care, escapes and then has to make his life on the street. And the commander who's in charge of all of that resigns because one child got separated from their mother when like the what? If you have foster, I can't. Like the entire thing is like, really, you're gonna change this entire world for one mother and child. Like not all the mother and child are all the ones you just blew up, or all the, you know what I mean, mothers who are gonna be mourning their sons, even if, you know, there were no of those people on board. Like just our delusion around war and storytelling. To make one person's hero is another person's villain. We don't have stories where that doesn't exist. They're either very simplistic, right? The dragon and the dragon's evil. Is he? He just wants his gold, right? He just wants to be left alone. He just wants to eat some sheep. He does, you know what I mean? Well, those sheep were worked hard for, right? As the dragon, like endangered species, no. Like our need to have an enemy, they must be evil, or we'd be evil for killing them. And here's, don't kill them. Don't do the raping. Don't do the murdering. Do the growing the fuck up, which is raising children to not rape and murder each other. Which means actually not convert everyone. Everyone listen to my daddy and then we'll be good, right? No, how do you get raised in different households with different beliefs and different values and come together and work with other people? That is what we're going to do. That, like Starfleet, like we're literally going to bring people together who want to come together. People that are like them, whatever that means to them, their sexuality, their religion, whatever's meaningful to them, in various stages of like, right, people that are like you and talking to people who aren't like you, and competition on the gourds to good. The Olympics of youth learning to get along through competition is kind of what sports is. Like, I don't using what we like doing, sports, art, video games, movies, videos, animals, food, actually enjoying it, not fake as fuck going, not fake as fuck, but it's fake as fuck under capitalism, all right? Going out and Instagramming your meal and pretending that you have friendships that you don't and relationships that you literally don't, because all you're doing is going out and spending $200 on drinks and dinner to catch up on your fake as fuck lives, right? Yeah, no, like all rush, I can't possibly get to you. Maybe we'll get together again in another year. Rush. The life's no fun. All you really got to do is live and die. But we're all in a hurry and don't know why. We have a peaceful, joyful, restful revolution. We need food. We need to participate in creation of food and cleaning up our own messes. I'm going to need some help with that. I need other people to clean up my messes, literal messes, like dishes and such. And honoring that we can help each other in various ways. Not fake as fuck blonde influencer. I made it on my own with horseshoes up my fucking butt. You're like, no, you didn't. No one made it on their own. Except me. Because literally all by my fucking self. You know what I mean? And I know that's not actually accurate and true. And yes, it is. I need people to join me, and yes, it is. Because, you know what I mean? I know who's been there for me. Like, I do understand, even my family. Like, I do get it. And at the same time, all alone, brain decaying, no one can fucking hear me with what I'm actually experiencing to be able to help with it. I had a doctor call yesterday talking about matching me up with a new psychiatrist. I'm like, I cannot explain how many times I had to explain why I need a psych. Well, what are you hoping to work with him? Literally just you guys gave me a stigmatizing diagnosis. So now you have to see me. Well, do you want medication? No, I don't want medication. I want you to deal with the fucking crazy reality that I have to now see someone. So you deal with that. That's not mine to deal with. He's like, well, do you want undiagnosed? I was like, yeah, that'd be great. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen either, which is why that's not what I asked for. I asked for dealing with the fucking reality of giving me a stigmatizing diagnosis. It's not in reality. You all literally can't distinguish between reality and delusion. Like psychiatry and medical, and mostly like 95% of the population. I need to find me the 5% who can deal in metaphor, be with the presence of my anger, because that's where we are, and, conversation, create a better world. And I'm not going to be live to get that because fucking crickets pulling teeth, and it's killing me. So I have to find a new way of being online, getting people online and offline, and honoring where I am, which is like, right, up till now, it's like, Coco, Josh, come have a conversation with me while I'm live. I won't be live. Can't schedule it, right? I need the human being who actually can see and hear how much help I need and be that help. Take stress off my plate. And everyone needing to understand well, just tell me the 15-step process. It's like, that's not it. That's not fucking it. Literally, if this was day one, right? Get more clear on what you're asking for. Great, if this was day fucking one, that'd be great advice. Except I've literally asked straight out of my fucking mouth in plain English and given the exact opposite. It's like, am I speaking up? Cool. Great. Doctors, lawyers, like just everyone. Like, I know I got the aphasia, but I feel like it's actually maybe on the other end. Maybe I'm not the one with the communication disability. You all have a I don't know. But finding the person, the people, the tiny group of people who in the real world will be working on creating the things, which is a gigantic network where anyone can join, in crisis or not. The crisis of capitalism, right? You don't need to be in crisis. Capitalism is the crisis. To get to have a option to opt out, i.e. into a cooperative system where you get to be you, find your purpose, help finding your purpose, and living into it for your good and the greater good. Not fake as fuck that, or pretense of that under capitalism or communism, like actually that. Seeing and hearing us individually, as individuals, and what we are as in groups. Both and. We're a complex, simplistic species. We have never changed, and like, wow, are things changing so very fucking rapidly, no one can keep up. I've had my reality cracked open so many fucking times. I'm pretty versed in the cracking open of reality. You all aren't. And that is why the signs and symbols and the banning, the Gloria, the what's happening? Yeah, no. I'm knew how to save the world, right? Technological user cooperative. With a disability, can't fully explain it. But it sure saves us. You know all those tech things you're all using? If we used them and the money wasn't going to billionaires who were trying to fuck children, you know what I mean? We could be existing with our tech and not genocide, slavery, and harming children. Radical, right? No, we need to always be living off of slavery and war. Is the delusion I'm not willing to live in with the rest of you. So anyone who wants to come live in actual reality of war's delusional, poverty's delusional, in a world where, right, if you raise children in poverty, force people to raise children in poverty, you get all those statistics you like to rattle off about single moms in jail and addiction, etc., etc. Instead of fixing that, it's like, I know, let's put more men in the household. Oh God, no. Who was her? Oh God. All right. We're going to deal with actual reality, great families, or I'm just going to yell at everyone until someone comes post-mortem and creates it amongst all the fucks. Re-puts the strings together. Wouldn't it be great, though, if they were here while I was alive and we could actually have a conversation? Anyone, right, is like, wow, these are weird. I'm looking for someone to literally have a conversation about the signs and symbols, right? They don't have to understand them. How the fuck would anyone understand them? Literally just how many there are, right? Basically what we're going to be watching 24/7, but with another human being. Like, right, back to Mean Girls, back to Matrix, back to me explaining to someone else how fucking crazy this all is. Yeah, individual. And yes, exactly. People who are curious. On video. Why does it have to be? Because of course it fucking has to be on video here. Like, if you don't understand why, you don't understand why, right? Exactly. This is the only place across all the YouTube channels. Which is why y'all need to form your own groups and know where the fuck I am. Be able to be like, she's live here. Oh my God, did she just say this? Are we really? Yeah. Form your own groups. Not to support me, to do whatever the fuck you want. Because you're clearly not, you know what I mean? Go post on Reddit, I'm dying. I don't know, that's a little, it's pretty fucking hard, isn't it? So I'm gonna go and do what I find that is easy and fun, and less is easy and fun. Until another human being sees and hears me. Like, it's like, right. It would be sure fucking fun to have another human being see and hear me. All right. See you when I see ya.